Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to BrosGotGame. This boy Sunny, and today we're doing my Premier League predictions video for the 2017 to 2018 season. First of all, I want you guys to smash that like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and also make sure you check me out on Snapchat, Instagram and Twitter, all links in the description down below, as well as my streaming site twitch.tv/BrosGotGame. And if you want to merge and talk to the rest of the BGG squad, Discord is in the link in the description down below. Join the Discord and talk with everyone else in the BrosGotGame army. I actually just gave you guys two names, BrosGotGame Army and the BGG Squad. Now, if I reacted to my last season, I thought it would have been a little bit of a shabby video. So what I'm going to do is not react to my last season. I might do that next season for this season, but let's get into the video. If you guys don't think this is a good opinion, don't worry about it. It's my opinion. Let me know your opinions in the comment section down below. Let me know the 3 teams you think is going to get relegated, and let me know the 4 teams that you guys think are going to get top of the table. But yeah, today's video is the 2017 to 2018 prediction video. Okay, so first off, I want to start off with 20th spot. Now, this team hasn't really had a lot of transfer business. I feel like they're going to do worse this season than they did last season. They just about stayed up last season. Swansea City. And the reason behind this is because of a lot of their players going, a lot of their best players going. Obviously, Ashley Williams left last season. Now, I believe their best player, Sigurdsson, is going to move to Everton, and if he moves to Everton and Conte from Chelsea gets his way of signing Llorente as well, Swansea look like they're in a lot of trouble. So for me, they're looking like they could go in 20th spot. Next up, the 19th spot, I've gone with the newly promoted Brighton and Hove Albion, and I'll tell you why right now. I do think they're a good team. However, I think a lot of their football does rely on the Championship way of playing football, not the Premier League way, which means they could not survive in the Premier League way of playing football. I think they're going to have to slow down their football a little bit more in the Premier League, and I don't think they're going to be able to take advantage of that. I don't think they've got a lot of good players on the ball at Brighton, Hove and Albion. Also moving into that 18th spot, Newcastle United, another team that came up, which means Huddersfield already have survived relegation in my books. But the reason I think that Newcastle's not going to survive is literally the same excuses I've got for the Brighton, Hove and Albion team. They just can't slow down the football. They haven't got those types of players to slow down the football enough to play in the Premier League. Unless John Joe Shelby gets back to his top form, unless Mitrovic somehow finds form, Jose Perez gets back to the last season form as well, the season before they went down to the Championship, then maybe. Just above them, a team who solely relied on this one player that literally just got sold. So with him getting sold, I do believe they're going to drop in the Premier League, and I think Stoke City is going to finish in 17th in the league this season. Arnautovic is missing. Where's he gone then? West Ham United, that's where he's gone, but they're not in 16th. Who is in 16th? Burnley. Now, I think Burnley's had a good season last season, and I think they're going to have a good season this season, but I don't think they're going to get to that mid-table stage yet. I see them finishing in 16th in the league, and just above them, the team that did sign Arnautovic and Chicharito Hernandez and a few other players as well, Joe Hart on loan, which I think is going to be a good signing for them. They finished 15th on my prediction video. And just above them, Huddersfield. And the reason I put Huddersfield up there is because I think Huddersfield, out of all 3 teams that got promoted to the Premier League, could be the one team that actually sticks to the Premier League in this season and could become the next success story. That could be the next Bournemouth. And speaking of Bournemouth, 13th spot goes to Bournemouth. With the signing of Defoe, the signing of getting a permanent Nathan Aki as well, could boost the morale within the dressing room, and you probably could see Bournemouth with a few good performances here. I'm going for the low mid-table stage. I'm going with 13th for Bournemouth. And you're probably surprised about this one, but Crystal Palace in 12th spot. Without Sam Allardyce, probably not going to be the best ever that they've ever been. However, I do believe they've still got something about them, especially with the players that they're bringing in. They've still got Benteke there. They've still got Zaha there. They brought in Townsend. They've still got a load of players there who can still do the business, and I think they will do the business, which results in me thinking they're going to finish in 12th spot. Moving into that 11th spot, I think Watford are going to have a good season this year. I see them having a mid-table season, literally a mid-table season in the 10th spot, and they've got a good few players here and there. They haven't had the best of transfer windows, which I've given them the 10th spot, but they've still got a load of good players. However, Deeney has been linked recently with other clubs as well, so if Deeney goes, that could literally decrease the morale within the dressing room. If that happens, you could be looking at a relegated Watford, but I doubt it. They have got quite a few good players. 11th spot, mate. I don't know why I'm saying 10th spot. Speaking of 10th though, a team that's quite close to me actually, living in Birmingham, Leicester City. Now, they didn't have the best of seasons last season. Before that, they won the Premier League, which obviously isn't a walk in the park for a team like Leicester City. Obviously, without Champions League football, it gives them a lot less football to play as well, which means they're probably going to be fresher when going onto the pitch for games. And playing under Shakespeare seems to have brought out the best in them again. I do like Ranieri, don't get me wrong, he's the granddad of football, but Shakespeare seems to have brought them back to their best for some reason. And for number 9, another team that's literally just up the road from me, West Bromwich Albion, and they are going to have a good season. I see them having a really good season. They may even go above 9th spot, but for now, I'm saying 9th spot because I believe other teams are like conditioned to play in a better position, if that makes sense. But the reason I've gone with West Bromwich Albion is because they had a good season last season. They may decrease this season, especially if all the teams are on form this season. You're probably looking at West Bromwich Albion in 9th spot. And with letting a player like Darren Fletcher go, and maybe even bringing in brand new players, West Bromwich Albion could be a force to be reckoned with this season. With players in form, let me add. Only if the players are in form. And above them, I've got Southampton. Now, the reason I've got Southampton, this is me predicting the future as well as predicting the Premier League. I see Van Dijk moving away from Southampton, and with Van Dijk moving away from Southampton, they're actually looking at another centre-back now. I'm pretty sure they're trying to sign Ben Gibson from Middlesbrough, and if they sign him, you could see Virgil van Dijk go for like 50-60 mil, which means they've doubled their money, plus they've got a centre-back in that we saw last season can play in the Premier League and can play good in the Premier League, and then they'll have another 30 or 40 mil to spend in the season as well to bring in extra players in extra positions. I see that going well for Southampton for some odd reason, especially with the signing of Gabbiadini as well. Still don't believe we've seen the best of him. Everton fans are going to have to get used to this. I'm sorry, alright? I'm sorry. But when you see a top goal scorer in the Premier League leave your team, you're going to drop positions. But then they brought in Rooney, they brought in Sandro Ramirez, they brought in Klassen, they brought in Michael Keane, they brought in Pickford, they brought in so many players, it's unreal. But they did have 90 million to spend, so you could imagine that. So I believe they could have dropped down to 11th spot, then come back up with those players to 7th spot. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think all of their players are going to have the best of seasons. However, I do think they're still going to get Europa League football for some odd reason. I don't know what it is. It just feels like they're going to get Europa League football. Now, this one is going to cause a little bit of controversy, especially as they won the Premier League last season. Yep, I put Chelsea in 6th. And the reason behind this is because last season, they didn't have Champions League football. Now, we all saw what happens when they have Champions League football. They finished 10th. Yep, 10th. In the season when Leicester City won the Premier League. Now, there's a reason behind that. They had a lot of football. They weren't fresh. Maybe that's going to happen again. Exactly the same thing happened. They won the Premier League. They finished 10th. They're winning the Premier League. They're going to finish 6th. Trust me. Trust me. I'm your guy, alright? Just trust me. It's going to be a weird video when I react to this, especially if Chelsea win the league. Above them, I've got Tottenham Hotspur. Now, they have been having a good few seasons, and I still don't believe they're ready to win the league. If they do win the league, good luck to them. They're a very young squad. Think they've got a lot of potential, and they're going to win the league in years to come. But right now, I don't think they're ready. So I've got them in 5th spot, especially as they haven't had a great transfer window as well. No signings at the moment. Where are those signings, Tottenham? I thought they were actually going to be contenders for winning the league again. I thought they were going to go in there, bag 10 signings, all of a sudden be challenging for the Premier League. No, they haven't even signed one. So now into those top 4 positions, and you know it's Arsenal, you know it's United, you know it's City, and you know it's Liverpool. However, what you don't know is how I've positioned the teams. In 4th spot, getting Champions League football, and that's literally about it. Arsenal. Now, they're not ashamed to admit it, Arsenal fans, but they are quite happy with getting 4th spot every season. As an Arsenal fan, I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be happy at all. I would want to win the league every season. Arsenal's got that kind of team that could win the league every season. The only thing is, they aim for 4th spot. They're gonna get 4th spot. Sorry if you can hear a kid screaming in the background, by the way. That's my nephew. Now, this is a big decision, because whoever finishes in this position, it will mean that they missed out on the rivalry at the top of the table. So the team in 3rd is Liverpool. And the reason I think they're gonna finish in 3rd is because they did have a good transfer window. However, I don't believe they're ready to challenge for the title yet. And if they beat their qualification opposition, they have got Champions League football as well, which could obviously take a toll in the Premier League. So yeah, Liverpool 3rd. And I'm trying not to be biased here, but as you guys probably noticed, Man United are one of the top 2 teams. However, Man United to finish second, which means Manchester City top of the table. Now that is hard for me to stomach as a Man United fan, to say Manchester City are going to finish top of the table. And I do think it's going to happen. I mean, they've made like 20 signings this season, and they're big signings as well. Kyle Walker, what a signing for Manchester City. Bernardo Silva, what a signing for Manchester City. There's still more to come from them as well as Ederson, who I believe is a really good goalkeeper. But yeah, their signings have been crazy this season. And don't get me wrong, Man United have brought in Lukaku, we've brought in Matic, we've brought in a few players like Lindelof. Lindelof I think is not good enough at the moment, but he has got the potential to be something special. And I don't think we're going to win the league, but I do think we've still got the squad there to contend and challenge for the league. So yeah, that's my prediction. I'm also going to predict Man United to reach the quarterfinals or maybe even the semi-finals of the Champions League. I don't know why, as they haven't been in the Champions League for a long time, but yeah, quarterfinals or semi-finals. Leicester done it. But yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash out that like button down below. That would be appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Snapchat and Twitter. All links in the description down below. Twitch.tv/BrosGotGame as well down there. And also the Discord link is in the description as well if you guys want to merge together and create an army. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. It has been me. You guys have been great. But before we go, shout out of the day goes out to Michael Scullion. Shout out to you. Appreciate the support, brother. Appreciate that. If you want shout out of the day, all you have to do is comment in the comment section down below. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn your post notifications on. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. It has been me. You guys have been great, and I'll catch you in a bit. Peace.
Hero, so don't act like it, and please don't treat me like I'm your sidekick.